All right, here we go again. Back on the internet. Already not liking what I see. Off the rip. What was that? Oh, clicking the wrong thing. Get back here. All right. Professors fired for criticizing Charlie Kirk are returning to work. I have to look into this. Even though... Whoop, I accidentally moved the thing here. Even though... What am I doing wrong here? Even though I think you should criticize Charlie Kirk. There you go. There you go. I think you should criticize Charlie Kirk. I think you should criticize anybody who has an opinion of any kind and speaks their mind. Yeah, criticize. Let them know what you think. However, celebrating the death of somebody is a different thing. And that's what I'm afraid I'm going to find here. Following Charlie Kirk's death, public universities fired and censored employees who posted critical comments about the conservative icon. Months later, and with some legal pressure, a handful of schools are reversing course in recent months. How good is your work situation going to be, though? Because now you're stuck with somebody who hates you and treats you like shit. And now you have to put up with that. Yeah, I'm not a fan at all of that. That sucks. Because no matter what, your situation sucks. You know? Part of the thing about losing a job is that you get another one. That's the thing. That's what I really think needs to happen. Not reinstating to some school that didn't like you. You shuffle them around. I mean, if Catholic priests can do it, why can't these guys? Why can't the professors of the world? You know? So in recent months, at least 3 fired professors have reclaimed their jobs, and 3 more have had suspensions lifted. So this is all about 6 people. Okay, yeah. So there's always opportunists and people getting rich. This guy did not need $500,000 because he was fired for criticizing Charlie Kirk. He just needed a new job. But our litigious society, that's what happens, you know. You get stuff. So let's fire up the old YouTubes. See what we got. You know, before I get too deep into the trenches, though, I do need to make sure, for the love of sanity, that not only am I broadcasting litigious society, that's what happens. All right, cool. I can hear myself. That's all. Just needed to make sure I'm not wasting another 40 minutes of my life. Oh, my God. Really? Off the Rippadooch, Leo.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. And of course, here's your meme of the day, brought to you by Five.
So Ilhan Omar, I had no idea about this lady until really all this mini app stuff started picking up. This is an insane lady, as far as I'm concerned, from what I can tell. From what I can tell, she's absolutely nuts. Very insulting for somebody who came from an impoverished country or whatever, too, and made $30 million, $25 million of which was her current husband's. So I looked into it 3 times, 3 marriages, 3 total marriages. One to her brother, one to another guy, and now she's married to some like hedge fund guy, and that guy's got billions. Yeah. Did I just see that there's a Bluetooth headphone hack?
This new Bluetooth hack can totally hijack your wireless headphones, and in the wrong hands, it could be an absolute menace to society. Also in your hacking news roundup, Logitech accidentally bricked millions of mice, and how Telegram can leak your IP. But first, hundreds of millions of Bluetooth headphones and... But it's meant...
So I just saw that Telegram can leak your IP, which I have to bring up to somebody at work. This guy, John, that I work with, is not going to be a fan of that at all. But, yeah, I really want to get into this whole, like, quality learning center in Minnesota stuff. Like, it's all I've been seeing. Wait. Candace Owens exposes the truth? What's the
Charlie
truth?
Kirk thought that he was a time traveler. He told me he was a time traveler, and instead they decided that they could send him to this X-Men school. That's the best way I can describe it. A lot of weird things used to happen to Charlie. He would go on runs. I think I told you guys this, after sundown, and when he was running, street lights would go out. It was like he was in a burst of energy, like he was a lightning bolt or something.
All right, so looks...
Okay. That wasn't what I was expecting to find. And this YouTuber's great. This guy, Too Lazy to Try. He's really got good commentary and stuff. And I don't want to take away from him. Maybe I should start lining up clips of stuff before I even start broadcasting, but whatever. The important thing is that you wing it. We're going to give him a Duchleo for allowing me to piggyback off of his work. Thank you, sir. Yeah, so I can't believe what I just heard there. That's a little much. I'm really worried about Candace Owens as just an outside person. Just the mental health stuff is real. Let's see what we got.
The Candace slop narrative.
Yeah.
Okay,
so we're not doing anything here. I want to hear more talk.
It's Candace and another
from Candace about that. Kirk special powers, I guess. I really want to get into this topic. Time traveler. See, this is everybody covering it and not her herself. Candace Owens, hearing Erica Kirk has one word for Candace Owens. It's a month ago. Who cares? Yeah, it's not really like, I guess I got to tune into her show.
Conservative commentator Candace Owens is back in the news again for comments she made about the death of Charlie Kirk. Owens has repeatedly put forth theories that Kirk's alleged shooter, Tyler Robinson, did not act alone and has accused Turning Point USA of being involved in at least a cover-up.
On her podcast earlier this week, she claimed that Charlie Kirk told her that he believed he would die at a young age and even thought he was a time traveler. And she thinks there may have been truth to some of what Kirk said. Take a look.
It is an absolute fact that
we heard this.
Charlie Kirk thought that he was a time traveler. He told me he was a time traveler repeatedly. How was he so certain that he was going to die young?
I can't believe that this is the premise that we're going with here. I have a friend who passed away who said something to me once about how he thought he was going to die young and then he did. I don't know.
I think
this
possible?
Is more common. I think it's more common than she's allowing.
To describe it as this tragic event. How did he know? How was he certain, by the way, as he said in those messages, that from the moment he signed onto the dotted line to begin Turning Point USA, he knew he was going to die. He knew his death was going to be related to Turning Point USA. That's not a coincidence.
Okay.
Now, Owens was blasted on
We die for this rap. You understand? Hold on. So Tim Pool thinks this is all like an act, I guess, on her part, which I don't think so. I don't think it's an act. I think it's legitimate mental health issues. Let's throw a little like a Duchleo in the video, help him out a little bit, you know? Yeah, this is just sad, you know? This is somebody who's essentially traumatized at the fact that their friend was murdered in front of them. I mean, she wasn't in the audience. Charlie Kirk was murdered in front of me. Everybody saw it. That was one of the most gnarly things I've ever seen. I know we're talking 2025 stuff, and we should be looking forward into 2026. And, you know, this is around the time that I can start going back to the gym because everybody who goes there and only lasts for like 2 weeks leaves. So I can start working out again. I avoid the gym in January. Yeah, let's just since we're on this track, Candace Owens' mental health. That's just therapy, twisted rant on mental health. Yeah, she's been going at it for a while. Hasabi over here has fucking covered it too. Everybody knows that there's something going on with this person's health, mental health. I don't think it's healthy to be famous. I really don't. I don't even know why I'm like attempting this, other than this is kind of fun. I can talk to myself. And I'm not monitoring the chat right now because I know there's not really anybody there yet. But I don't know if it's good. It would be good for me if I suddenly had this many people watching me and things that I said suddenly generated revenue for myself. And I just don't see that being a healthy way forward. And this is like a Fairfield County girl. I mean, I'm from around the way. I'm from the other side of Connecticut. I'm from the Rhode Island side. She's from the New York side of Connecticut. And I think her career started on some negative things. Let me move this over. How am I doing this? There we go. That's how I want it to sit. Just like that. Thank you. All right. Who is Candace Owens? Let's do a salad. A Candace Owens, Ilhan Omar. I wonder if these two have ever crossed paths. She hates America. All right, so this has been stirring for a while, huh? This nastiness been stirring for a while. Totally destroy.
Let me tell you, this hearing wasn't just heated.
We're not doing the AI slop.
This hearing didn't warm up.
And another, what is this? Why does that happen? Capital Insights uploaded the same video twice? That's weird. If this third one is an AI one too.
No argument. I'm not going to judge you. I genuinely want to know what the draw is. This is the most insulting thing that I've ever seen. The most insulting clip I've ever seen. Why do you have to speak like that to Black Americans to get their vote or to be relatable? I'm marrying a British man. He had a British accent. He didn't have to put on a hood accent to get me. Why can't Black Americans understand English? Why can't she just have said what she wanted to say in perfect English? Is the idea that we're so dumb that we don't know how to communicate effectively and we find it relatable when people break up our language? Does she have to speak Ebonics? Does she have to throw in colloquialisms? Do you have to swear in order to get Black Americans to understand?
I can't say that I disagree with that stance, but it wasn't the direction that I was going in. Yeah, a lot of people kind of pander to black people. I've seen it many times. Blind Fury's got a new freestyle. I want to play music, but I know that's going to get me demonetized, so I'm just going to yammer on. Where's my money? The meme has been explained, huh? What's going on, bro? Yesterday I was talking about Trax or Max or whatever he calls himself.
You've probably seen this video on Instagram.
This guy is a nutcase.
Screaming.
Where's my fucking money?
The guy you're
That's
seeing
an awesome
here is
sample
Trax
for a
NYC.
beat.
He's extremely popular, and I'm sure he's popped up on your Instagram or TikTok feed before. He's a well-known jeweler who sold custom pieces to some of the biggest celebrities in the world: Kodak Black, Busta Rhymes, Mr. Beast, and many more. The last time Trax was really in the public spotlight was during his controversy with 50 Cent, when Trax used 50's name and image to promote jewelry that looked similar to pieces 50 Cent used to wear. Later on, Trax admitted that it was just a similar design, not an official collaboration. But first, you already know the deal. Like and subscribe. Everything started
a lot of AI
with a complaint
stuff
from one of Trax's clients about a bracelet that was being sold as Trax NYC jewelry, but in reality, it actually came from the neighboring store, AK Diamonds. So how exactly did this scam work?
It's because it's a co-op. They got a co-op. It's like the homie's got a spot. You want to sell some jewelry here? I don't think he has his own, I think he owns more like a Kelm or whatever it is that they use to make jewelry. He, rent in anywhere in New York City is an arm and a leg. So it's like a co-op. This isn't a hard thing. Long and the short of it, that dude Trax is a real one. Someone tried to steal from him, so he lost his mind. I like that dude a lot, and he's been all up in my algorithm. I'd like to take a break from him because I'm not going to like him much longer if they keep shoving him down my throat. Watch. The next thing, Trax. Nope. Yep. Boxing. Yeah, he beat somebody up. Some Irish guy. Uh-oh.
Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney doing something incredible, announcing a new strategic partnership with China, opening the door, he says, to more collaboration with the Chinese, saying alliances are shifting and praising this new world order, purposely challenging Trump's Monroe or Donroe doctrine.
That doesn't sound like good news.
Also,
that doesn't sound like good news at all.
Beginning preparations to invoke the Insurrection Act in Minnesota.
Let's give RJ Duchleo a little thumbs up a Rooney.
It will be handled quickly and effectively. Let's start with Canada.
China's strengths, for example, in electric vehicles are formidable. They're undeniable.
Yeah.
These are the most affordable and energy efficient and innovative vehicles in the world.
Okay.
And for Canada to build our own competitive EV sector, we need to learn from, partner with, and access and build supply chains with China. To help deliver
I hope that works out for you.
Of these partnerships.
I hope that works out for you.
Cost for Canadians. We're going to start by allowing up to 49,000 Chinese electric vehicles into the Canadian market.
Great.
At the most favored nation tariff rate, which is 6.1%.
Okay.
So for years, Canada with America have been fighting to combat, to curtail the Chinese. Decades of intellectual property theft.
Yeah, it's not all Chinese people, obviously, but it's like the Somalian thing, man. You can't point out my identity while you point out my identity. It's like, all right, I guess we can only say it's China's fault when, the person isn't Chinese. That makes any fucking sense. I'm just rambling.
And the Chinese, they copy it, rip it off.
Yeah.
Not just Americans. Western countries writ large have been dealing with this problem
Apple products
for decades.
You'd be surprised at how many phony Apple products are out on Amazon.
Together between American administrations, Republican or Democrat, it didn't matter, to combat this. In 2024, former Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, with the Biden administration, imposed 100% tariff on Chinese vehicles and Chinese EVs. You can't buy a Chinese vehicle in the U.S. without paying a 100% tariff. This wasn't a Donald Trump-inspired policy, although Trump clearly agrees with it. Yet today, Canada's new Prime Minister, Mark Carney, deciding to scrap all of this cooperation. Mark Carney, by the way, who appears to have deep ties with Beijing, flying to China, meeting with the Chinese, and announcing a major thawing in relations, saying countries must choose a side. And Canada, has clearly chose China. Watch.
Mine is the first.
Is it that he chose China, or is he trying to throw like a middle finger to the U.S. and Trump, though? Like, does he really think 49,000 cars at a 6.1% tariff, favorable tariff or whatever, is actually going to, like, get them what I mean, well, maybe it could create jobs. I just don't see what the benefit is to Canada, ultimately.
Visit
we bought
the Canadian
stuff.
Prime Minister
to
China in nearly a decade. The world has changed much since that last visit. And I believe the progress that we have made in the partnership sets us up well for the new world.
This was yesterday.
Order.
The new world order.
I believe the progress we've made in the partnership with China sets us up well for the new world order.
Yeah.
What? Canada clearly choosing sides, and it's not with America. The move sharply diverging from Trump's America First policy, which was aiming to revitalize the North American auto industry, bring back our manufacturing.
Wow. So, I wonder what that's going to ultimately mean for us in the United States of America.
Base, something 2 years ago, ministers selling out their markets with.
Yeah, I don't know what that's going to do.
Clearly fits the facts on the ground in Minnesota.
Oh, good.
Well, the Insurrection Act, which has been used by 48% of the presidents as of this moment, the Insurrection Act also, if you look at it, I believe it was Bush, the elder Bush, he used it, I think, 28 times. It's been used a lot.
Yeah.
And if I needed it, I'd use it. I don't think there's any reason right now to use it, but if I needed it, I'd use it. It's very powerful.
Joins us now. And Jonathan, as you well know, the president came out yesterday and said, look, if this keeps up, I'm going to have to use the Insurrection Act. And for those people who don't know, the Insurrection Act is called for when, quote, unlawful obstructions make it impracticable to enforce federal law. Jonathan?
Yeah, I don't think they understand. Look, I agree with disagreeing, believe it or not. I'm not some bootlicking weirdo who's like, oh man, the government. Oh, yay. More of that, please. Like, I'm not, I'm not one of those guys that like, oh, Trump does no wrong. He's perfect. Nothing like that. I see fault everywhere, but that's dealing with human beings in general. So, yeah, the situation down there, if he invokes that act, I don't think they know what they're fucking getting into.
The situation fits the law perfectly because you have consistent obstruction of the law encouraged by the
control in our...
In Minnesota, the troublemakers, agitators, and insurrectionists are, in many cases, highly paid professionals. The governor and mayor don't know what to do. They have totally lost control and are currently being rendered useless. If and when I am forced to act, it will be solved quickly and effectively. President DJT. Say what you want, dude's tough. Tough as fuck. It's been retruthed 8.54 thousand times and has 37,000 likes. I mean, that guy was busy at 8:38 a.m., as was I, and he's busy now.
Are currently being rendered useless.
When does the dude sleep, if ever?
I am forced to act, it will be solved quickly and effectively. President DJT. That comes after yesterday Trump posting that if the corrupt politicians in Minnesota don't obey the law and stop the professional agitators and insurrectionists from attacking law enforcement.
He's going that it's not a choice, really. His hand's kind of being pushed. And he's just saying that it's a possibility. He hasn't pulled it yet, but if it gets there, I'm worried about what this... It's Friday right now. Friday the 16th, day after a lot of this came out. This video is only an hour old. But, it's gnarly, man. It's definitely gnarly. And if that has to happen, it's not going to end well for anybody in Minnesota. It's just going to be... It's going to be a mess.
Trying to do their job. I will institute the Insurrection Act. Last night, Border Czar Tom Homan said he's scheduled to meet with Trump today to discuss potentially invoking this act, invoking the Insurrection Act in Minnesota, saying it's a viable option. We know it is. We know it fits what's happening on the ground and that this cannot continue. Watch.
Is it time for the Insurrection Act, or would that just add gasoline to the fire?
Well, I'm not going to get ahead of the president on that, but it's certainly an option. A viable option. So actually, I'll be meeting with the president tomorrow. So, I think it's something that needs to be on the table.
I think it really depends on how tonight goes. Like, what's going on? Let's see what the news has to say. News. Oh, man. It's straight up top news, top stories of the world. The Department of Justice is investigating Governor Tim Walz. I can't believe this. The first time I really even heard of this guy was when he was running for president. This could have been the vice president of the United States of America. I saw a thing about how he raised something crazy like $32 or $35 million off the rip, and it was like some record-setting thing. It's like, wow, how did this guy from Minnesota get $35 million? Let's play ball. You can be president. Vice President. Vice President Timmy. We dodged a bullet on that one. Nope. We dodged a bullet on that one. Again, not a bootlicker. I don't think everything that Donald Trump does is gold. But between him and Kamala Harris, thank you. I'm glad I ended up in the reality where Trump is president and not Kamala. So it's official. The Justice Department is investigating Minnesota officials, including Tim Walz and Mayor Jacob Frey, over an alleged conspiracy to impede federal immigration agents, an extraordinary escalation from the Trump administration's clash with Democratic leaders there. Multiple sources. One of the sources said the investigation stems from statements that Walz and Frey have made about the thousands of immigration and custom enforcement officers and Border Patrol agents deployed to the Minneapolis region in recent weeks. Minneapolis kicking raps with Kangol hats and army jackets. Woo! Crazy. The Justice Department spokes. Let me just blink a couple times. Get my zen. A Justice Department spokesperson declined to comment. CBS News reached out to representatives Wells and Frey. Nearly 3,000 federal immigration agents have been dispatched. Yo, imagine. Yo, it's a lot of cops when 10 cops show up anywhere. You got 3,000 people running around Minneapolis. They're trying to like make local cops fight ICE immigration. It's just not going to happen. Both Democrats have vocally denounced the federal government to the Twin Cities, accusing federal agents creating chaos and undermining public safety. Let me just investigate something real quick. As a stupid man, I've heard Twin Cities many times. So if I just go like to maps, right, and I type in Twin Cities. So it's St. Paul and Minneapolis. Those are the twins. Kind of looks like one city to me. I don't know. I'm dumb as shit. I just had to satisfy that itch. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. Like, to me, it just seems so wacky that between Canada choosing China over us and then people who are supposedly a part of this country and love this country are attacking their own. Here's a half hour sitch. Let's see. I was really hoping that I would see another thing about it, like off of the rip. I love Anton Daniels.
At what point do we just stop coexisting with these people? Because honestly, I'm exhausted. I'm physically, mentally, and emotionally drained.
Aww.
I have to put on a face every day like everything's fine. I have to go to work and I have to sell. I have to come home and hang out with my kid and do his homework and then put him on the bus to go to school. While people are literally getting shot in the street and we're watching it. And they're telling us we're not saying what we're saying. I just feel like I'm going crazy. Like 90% of the people that I have to see every day live in a completely different reality than I do.
It's weird that like you spend your time crying at your phone, you know? Like, I always feel like a doofus whenever I make movies with my phone or take any kind of footage. And, like, I legitimately like to rap and be in front of people and stuff. So I don't understand people, like, who see the same thing that I do, one of these little douchelios, little doodad of douchelio, you know? And instead of being like, hey, I got something cool to show you, you know, they want to, like, cry. I mean, I guess that's a valid opinion. Cool opinion, bro. Good job. High five. I don't see this as virtuous in any capacity, you know, like just getting upset and whining on the internet. And I'm thinking Anton feels the same way.
I'm crying on the internet.
Yeah.
I am just so exhausted.
Irony.
And I don't know whether to prepare.
I don't understand when people say they're exhausted. I don't understand why that's an important statement. I just don't understand why I'm tired. It's like, all right. So then, you know, maybe go to bed. Maybe take a nap and then come back to the phone. All right, I had a nap. I'm not going to cry on the internet now, you know?
Or
we should give her
what do you do? It's
her own show.
I'm kind of scared.
Really? What do you got? What do you got, Anton?
I did not know that liberal white women were this dumb. I just didn't know it. I was not familiar with the fact that these apologists were this insane. I didn't know. And now that I'm familiar, and the more that I deep dive down this rabbit hole, the more that I realize that you guys are out of your mind. This woman said, "This is my first my first civil war. I don't know what to do." Yo, listen.
This is a war? Is that?
Honestly,
wait a minute.
This is the reason why women need men.
I don't disagree with him, but did she really say that? Ooh, here's another one. Here we go. Cry for me. Come on. Yeah.
So I live in St. Paul, and I'm on my way to work, and there's so many schools, like the high schools and the grade schools and Spanish immersion school especially, just has parents standing outside just recording the traffic. And
why do y'all cry so much?
I was just about to pause it and ask the same question. Why the tears? I don't understand. I could be like, hey, I don't like what's going on here, but the cry face just
kids.
4 kids?
And I opened Facebook this morning to see your neighborhood page, and I'm trying.
No matter how her face look, I will Twitter with her Yahoo till I Google on her Facebook.
I hope you can understand me. I'll put captions on. But I opened up the neighborhood page just to make sure overnight nothing crazy happened, right? And it's just all these moms that are afraid to send their kids to school.
This is why I love this dude. There's so much power in just his expression. Hold on a sec. That right there could be like a t-shirt or something. I'm going to mess with that in a minute, but
Teachers and district members that are commenting and saying, like, we'll support whatever decision you make, and if you have to keep your kids' school for a week or a month, like, we'll support it. And I can't. How is this reality? I don't know.
Yeah, there's no shortage of people crying. Minnesota ice. This is nuts. One day. What's new? Hold on. How do we sort by new? Filter Dooch Leo. Let's do the last hour. Renee Good, RIP. Details, ice shooting. Well, this is new, half hour.
More than a week after the fatal Minneapolis ice shooting, there are lots of questions about Renee Good's death and the federal investigation that is already underway. Tonight, Ian Russell shares new 911 data and walks us through the critical timeline. Ian?
Yeah, Raina, these reports we received show that when first responders got to Good, they found her unresponsive with a faint pulse. The details help paint a better picture of what happened in real time as the morning unfolded.
Yeah, they really didn't think that this was going to be an outcome of
EMS if you will stage for a possible shooting.
Annoying the
33rd
police.
Street and Portland Avenue.
New details tonight about the moments just after Renee Good was shot and killed by an ICE agent. As 911 calls and first responders began to flood in.
Dispatch, Rescue 1 is closer to that. We'll take that call in Portland. For engine 17, we're staged.
The first emergency calls come in just before 9:39 a.m. Firefighters are quickly dispatched, every second bringing new details. Incident reports show at 9:42, callers tell dispatchers that the ICE agent they saw shoot Good is still on scene. At 9:44, crowds had already begun to form.
Any ambulances that move in, I see a group is starting to form. So grab any patients and immediately leave the area.
Reports show at 9:45, fire crews began giving first aid to Good. Crews say when they got to her car, they found Good not breathing. They found 2 gunshot wounds to her chest, 1 to her left forearm, and a possible gunshot wound on the left side of Good's head.
402, I need crowd control.
Reports show crews moving Good to 34th.
So she was shot
Portland.
4 times? Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I thought she was shot twice.
breathing. They found 2 gunshot wounds to her chest.
2 to the chest.
To her left forearm and a possible
I'm an
gunshot
idiot.
wound
Okay,
on the
2
left side
total.
of Good's head.
Am I the dumbass, or is the way they presented this stupid?
402, I need crowd control.
Reports show crews moving Good to 34th and Portland.
We'll be loading shortly.
They get no like a douche layout.
For transport.
At 9:56, an all call from police goes out.
I understand you guys are working there. We just have a rapidly escalating situation back here.
Crews leave to take Good to the hospital.
419 is off the scene. 410 is on the way out.
They got to her in 4 minutes after she was shot.
Continue to grow. Now, that incident report says resuscitative efforts were stopped at approximately 10:30 a.m. Rena.
Ian, does it say anything about what time Agent Jonathan Ross left the scene?
Yeah, so those call logs we were digging through all morning, they say that happened, or at least callers were telling dispatch that they had no longer seen Ross on that scene as of about 10:04 a.m. They also say that he was transported to a federal building, but obviously these are call logs, these are things coming in real time as well.
All right, thank you, Ian.
Yes, thank you, Ian. Yeah, I award you 0 kudos on that. That's awful, man. That's really bad that lady died. Like, I don't agree with that at all. I tried to turn that into a sticker. I don't know if you guys can see this. Nope. I got to change OBS around to show you, but it didn't really come out good anyway. Oh, well. Let's see. I'm not going to get a Chinese EV. I don't think anybody else has. Yeah, mini apps, man. It sucks. I want to know more about what's going on down there, though.
Chilling new video
I just can't believe that this is going down again. Like, I remember during COVID, everything went fucking cattywampus out there. And now it's, 2026. I'm just not feeling this, bro.
Chilling new video just now emerging in the immigration crackdown in Minnesota. ICE
I do care about shit.
Through the door of an immigrant family's home in Minneapolis. And what influential podcaster Joe Rogan is now saying about all this. ABC's Faith Abube is there.
Oh, yes. Tonight. Let's make sure Joe gets his 2 cents in.
Put the guns down. There's kids in this house.
Tonight, terrifying new video shows the view from inside an immigrant family's home after an ICE agent broke down the door with a battering ram.
Show the warrant first.
A woman telling agents they must show a warrant.
This is the thing I don't get. They're the police. They're up in your shit. You are to supply them with whatever documentation they ask for. It's not really time to... let me turn this down a little bit. I'm probably loud as shit. It's probably not up to you to decide that... you are the one who gets to dictate how the stop goes or the situation that you find yourself in goes. That's not how this works. They're the authority.
Gibson's lawyer says the 37-year-old is an immigrant from Liberia who fled civil war as a child. Gibson was facing removal due to a decade-old drug conviction, but had been checking in with authorities for years. Homeland Security says he has a lengthy rap sheet.
So if he's this dangerous person, then why are they letting him walk around?
Violent scenes playing out on a daily basis of agents pepper spraying people. This woman ripped from her car, pleading that she's disabled. Many, including influential podcaster Joe Rogan, are questioning the federal agents' tactics.
And then I can also see the point of view of the people that say, yeah, but you don't want militarized people in the streets just roaming around, snatching people up, many of which turn out to actually be U.S. citizens that just don't have their papers on them. Are we really going to be the Gestapo? Where's your papers? Is that what we've come to?
That's not a bad take, honestly. Like, I get not wanting these guys around, but they're in Connecticut, too. I mean, it really just comes down to, like, you going to throw shit at people? You don't clean dirt with more dirt. That's the thing that I feel is, like, being lost by so many people. Is, like, it's a shitty situation. Nobody's happy about it.
Killed by ICE agent Jonathan Ross amid questions over whether the shooting was justified. Homeland Security officials and multiple sources tell ABC News that he was in fact injured, suffering internal bleeding in his torso, but they did not elaborate on the extent. Tonight, Renee Good's family issuing a new statement asking for privacy.
What if that's a lie?
And thanking supporters.
What if that's a lie? You know, like I'm on the cop's side as far as that shit goes, but what if that is a lie?
Calling Renee the beautiful light of our family who brought joy to anyone she met. And David, Renee Good's family is also asking for peace and accountability. They've now also hired the same attorneys who represented George Floyd's family in their successful wrongful death case. David.
Faith Abube in Minneapolis tonight. Faith, thank you.
Yeah, they're going nuts. Ape shit, banana cuckoos.
On 1, 2, I'm gonna break it. Open the door. Open it. Last warning.
So, how would this have gone if he opened the door, though?
That's fine. Open the door, I'm gonna break the window.
Open the door, I'll break the window. Can't say I'm a fan of the approach.
That's fine. Open the door, I'm gonna break the window. On 1, 2, I'm gonna break it. Open the door. Open it. Last warning.
This is such a dangerous situation. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dudes that I can see. Oh, 7. You can't hide from me. You can't hide from me, officer. 7. Oh, 8. I'm a dumbass. And then we got civilians with cameras. And why are they doing this to this guy? I'm hearing all sorts of fucking sounds and shit, too.
Hey, go one way or the other. Don't go back.
They got you, dude. It's over. It's over. There has to be a point where you realize, like, you're just done. It's over. You're not getting away. They're gonna know. They know it's you. Should I throw a Like a Dooch Leo on the thing? I don't know. Do I hit it with a Like a Dooch Leo? We're gonna get to the YouTube comments in a second. I want to dig in and see what people are saying.
Back up.
First, I want to see what they're gonna do to this guy. Are they gonna punch his head in? What are they gonna do?
Back up. Give him your hand! Give him your hand! Now! Give him your hand! Give him your hand! We're not going anywhere!
How long is this going to go on for? And then this cop talks to the guy filming. Oh, they got paintball guns. Right? Is that what that is? That's a paintball gun? It's probably filled with like pepper gas or something. You're not getting away at this point. It's not happening. That's what I understand. Why are you fighting? You saw how many people I counted before and you're fighting? They all got body cameras on.
Okay. Stay back. Back up. Back up. We'll cut it. Back it up. Don't you understand?
I just don't see this isn't how you fight them. They don't have to be there. You can change their presence, but you can't do it in the way that you're doing it here. All these whistles and things. That's not how you do it. You got to put on the khakis. You got to go down to the courthouse. These guys are risking their lives to adhere to this. Everybody is. This is why I think everybody's stupid. All the cops are, for the risk that they're putting themselves through.
You're going inside?
Everybody step back. Get back. Get back. Stay back. Stay back. Stay back.
This is insanity, dude.
Stay back. What did he do? Hey, stay back. Do not put your vehicle in here. I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting. Hey, I'm not resisting.
What did he do? Got too close?
Nobody did. I'm not resisting. Cowards are here. Back up. I'm not resisting.
Yelling that they're cowards and stuff.
Shit. Leave me alone. Put your arm behind your back. Hey, my girlfriend's right behind you. Give us a phone number. My girlfriend's right behind me. Once you guys get him in, let's get him in.
All right, if he starts screaming names and phone numbers, obviously I can't let that go out, even though it's on somebody else's YouTube video, and I have yet to have an audience. Yeah, I saw this. She admitted to it. What is this?
Folks, they literally just accidentally admitted to all of the fraud.
If childcare is cut, I'm unable to work or go to school. I understand fraud is bad.
How is that admitting, though? I don't understand. How is this an admission? Her speech was written by the Leering Center. Good one. Everyone behind her needs to be investigated. Everybody standing behind her needs to be investigated. They are all guilty. We want charges and our money returned. Charge all of these politicians. Fraud is grounds for revoking naturalized citizenship. Suspend all funds. Deport. Congress, do something. Why are these idiots applauding? Stealing billions is not to be praised. Fraud is illegal. Yeah, it's just everybody. You know, I was married and I was working 60-hour work weeks between 2012 up to like 2015. 60-hour work weeks pretty consistently. It was a miserable time in my life, but I did it because I wanted to get ahead and it wasn't working to the point where I just started to give up, you know? And everybody who's working like that or has worked like that, you know, they look at this fraud shit and they go, well, we thought we were helping. We thought we were opening our land up for people who could contribute, but we just let people in who just are vampires. It's not everybody. There are people who have good hearts who come to this country, but we were pilfered, man. That's fraud is such disgusting shit. I hate it. I want to go back to the YouTube comments on this Border Patrol shit. We have a serious mental illness crisis in this country. Dude went to the Quality Leering Center. That's going to be the diss going forward for everything. Yeah, you learn from the Leering Center. ICE didn't bring chaos to your city. The money behind the chaos did. ICE documented incidents is better footage than from body cam alone. America has a mental health crisis. People are delusional. The guy is driving a car with Texas plates. They are not leering. What is this? These guys are completely brain dead. Okay. These Typen sind Javolik Erinenashbrat. Follow the money. Only way to stop this madness. Yeah, people are spot on. That's right. People are spot on. Oh, boy.
So anti-ICE rioters have now seized control of the road outside Minneapolis, blocking vehicles to ensure occupants aren't Nazis before allowing them to pass.
Just what I said.
They're introducing their own traffic stops and ideological traffic stops.
That's what a Nazi would say. Not a Nazi!
Look at it. Look. And then you have this here. Rioters are attempting to break down the fence outside Minneapolis ICE facility. Yet another rioter jumped in and said, "We don't have the numbers yet."
Look, we're going to break it down, guys, break it down.
Oh, and look at this here, guys. Anti-ICE protesters stormed the Capitol. I've seen this before. Uh-huh. Yep. Asylums. Yep, this is in Minnesota. Look at
This is just not going to end. This is just going to get more and more gnarly. And I don't know what to do about it. I guess there's nothing to do about it. You just have to live your life, you know? And that's the important lesson that we can all learn. That it's best to just live your life and be left the fuck alone. That's really the important thing here. Seriously. Just live. We can all learn. Live your life and be left the fuck alone. I don't know what to say for America, man. Oh boy. What do we got?
So this is over in Florida.
You need to tune back in and listen to this.
Okay, let me listen.
The reason that you see ICE flooding into Minnesota and Minneapolis, they refuse to turn over the illegal immigrants who are being arrested by the local police department where there's outstanding ICE warrants. It's the laws that they've passed that's created the environment for ICE to have to go in there and do it all on their own.
This messaging needs to be spread way more. Not holding these people accountable when they get arrested is causing all these secondary problems to happen.
They're telling the city, the county, or the state prison system, turn these illegals that have committed crime back out into the community.
Isn't this insane?
All of this could have been avoided. All of this could have been. You don't see that happening in Florida. It's created by the law and the practice and the policy of the elected officials at the state level,
there you go,
the county level, and the city level, telling them to oppose federal law. Now, why in the world you want those people?
I saw that mayor. I saw him talking his shit. Yesterday when I streamed, I pointed it out.
Ilhan Omar claims U.S. is turning into one of the worst countries in the world.
Quite frankly, I'm fine with putting on our one-way flight back to Somalia. You don't like it here? You think it's so bad? You have a dictator as a president who, by the way, loves freedom and loves the Constitution, loves democracy, and he's protecting it every single day. She can just go back to Somalia.
Question for
Don't forget her brother. They're particularly...
Oh, they go together.
Ilhan Omar claims...
Okay, I thought there was going to be more to it than that. Ilhan Omar is... Oh, let's see.
The people who hate Trump the most.
He's always been a racist, a bigot.
People who have split off that part of themselves that is Trump and put it in their unconscious, and then they're experiencing themselves as they project it onto him.
Xenophobic and Islamophobic.
You know those people. Rob Reiner, Bill Maher.
We've never seen a major party candidate is this ill-prepared and this divisive and this angry and this hateful. We have two candidates that couldn't be more diametrically opposed in terms of inclusiveness.
There's lots of those people everywhere. Then they just tell these fantasies about him. Robert De Niro.
I know what kind of person this guy is. He's a New Yorker who I never would want to meet, never want to meet him, and now he's president. And the reason I wouldn't want to meet him is because of the kind of person he is. It'll be one of those things that'll be like a nightmare.
The people who...
So I don't understand. You never met him, but you don't... What did he do to... Hold on. I got to look into that. Robert De Niro... Why does Robert De Niro hate Trump? Why does Robert De Niro hate Trump? Definitely spelled De Niro wrong because I'm a dumb. De Niro, yeah. D-E-N-I, whatever. I'd like to punch him in the face. This dude looked fucking ancient 9 years ago.
Do you really worry that if he were to win again, and I'm not saying this like it's such a far-fetched notion, if he were to win
We're in the
again,
past.
that he would not give up power? After
You know he won't. You know he won't. He even said it. He's never going to give it up. And anybody who deludes themselves in thinking that he is, shame on you.
You have compared the Trump family to a gangster family.
This is why?
Which is something coming from you. What do you mean?
They are. Well, he because he thinks he's a gangster. He does everything like a gangster. I don't think
You're
the
a gangster.
gangsters in that world would think much of him, because
he's the president of the
there's
United
honor
States of
among
America, guy.
There's honor in anything. If you don't keep your word and do the right thing with people, no matter what profession you're in, you are going to get ostracized. And in that world, it's a little harder.
Do you really worry that if he were to win again, and I'm not saying this like it's such a...
It's wild. I don't understand why. Why? Maybe we'll get an answer here.
Hey YouTube, it's me again, Rusty Word. Welcome to my channel. I'm a believer that politics
Who doesn't know what he's talking about, doesn't do his homework.
More AI slop. I can't deal with it. Hey, I'll make a hot girl. Let me see when the last time Rusty Word even posted a video was. A year ago. Somebody thought this would be fun. They did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 8, 12 videos a year ago. This is probably some N8N posting thing because she's not real and there's no depth to her, so she doesn't seem like a real person at all. Robert De Niro speaks out for the first time after Clash. Get rid of Trump. Ron calls Donald Trump a tyrant.
I was at the 50th anniversary of Saturday Night Live a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if you know this, but they're kind of liberal over there. And Robert De Niro was there. And I know that he hates Trump, and
but I'm trying to establish why.
At the end of the show,
because he's Trump.
I walk up and I'm behind him, and all of a sudden people push me a little bit. I'm directly behind De Niro, and he turns around. He's like, why? Trump is a schmuck. He makes you a schmuck. Schneider, I don't know why you can... it's just... I don't get it. It's making you a schmuck.
How?
Just kept thinking, Robert De Niro knows who I am.
That's crazy. Yeah, that would be pretty cool, but I'm not getting to the bottom of it. Maybe I got to look at better sources. Why does Robert De Niro hate Trump? Why? Okay. So we got the Guardian reporting in. Man, he's got a face on him. He's got a mug. Guy's got a punum. He's got a little teeny tiny mouth. He's got a little teeny tiny mouth. We got to get a little teeny tiny pieces of food to put in his little mouth. Robert De Niro has a dire prediction about the presidency. If Donald is totally nuts, blatantly stupid, horrified. Yeah, these are things he said. Fuck Trump. Trump and allude. De Niro is brain damaged, a real racist, a wannabe. He should not be president. In September, De Niro was carried. Damn, this is all attacks. The president for life. He's going to be history at one point, though he'd love to be president for life. At this unsettling time, blah, blah, blah. All right, so no answers. He just fucking throws insults at him. There's no answer. He just doesn't like him. I'd like to write a dissertation on why the dude hates him, but I'm not going to get to the bottom of it, so. All right. That's it. This isn't the Brash Show. This is the Brash Broadcast. I'm just going to do this randomly. I think I had one viewer at one point. I didn't really monitor the chat. Next time I'm going to have a monitor with a chat. That's what I'm going to have to do. Get people engaged. All right, bye. Actually, we're going to wait a few seconds so it counts as an hour. Oh, 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 oh.